This week, I want to talk about mirrors, which are, and this is true, more than just a fashion statement. Now what I'm going to compare is stock mirrors, bar end mirrors facing up, and bar end mirrors facing down. To compare it, we'll do a point system. First place gets 2 points, second place gets 1 point, and last place gets 0 points. And for reference, this is on my 2020 Tracer 900 GT, and the bar end mirrors will be linked below for Amazon Japan. They are cheap, but have been perfect for me for 1 year, 2 bikes, and over 8,000 kilometers. And as a quick disclaimer, I am not recommending you modify your bike, I am just telling you the experience I had with mine. Modify yours and ride at your own risk. And without any further ado, let's get to number 1, the most functional choice, ease of rear view. So the win has to go to stock because they sit right in your sight line. It is just a quick glance and you can see what's behind you, you can check your blind spots, so 2 points there. Next comes bar end in the up position. As much as it's not right where stock is, it's pretty close and you only have to glance slightly away. But it also has the advantage of if you were to put it in the out position, opposite of what I've done, you do see a little wider and a little less elbow. And so that's 1 point for bar end in the up position. But there finally we have the down position. You genuinely have to look away from the road. Sometimes you have to genuinely lift your arm or hand out of the way of seeing the mirror to get a clear sight line. This does create a noticeable danger riding in a city like Tokyo. Now for number 2, which is a main reason people take off the stock mirrors, and why you'll see here that I took off my windshield, is a forward field of view. Bar end mirrors in the down position now get 2 points as the winner, because on a naked bike especially, there's now nothing in your sightline and is the closest feeling to flying that you can get while still having mirrors. In second place, we stick with bar end mirrors that are in the upward position because they are still in the corner of your eye, but barely more than your hands. And if, like me, you wear neon on your jacket or your gloves, that's going to be more noticeable to you than the mirrors themselves. So 1 point for bar end mirrors in the up position. And finally, we have stock getting 0 points because they're always there. You can't not see the mirrors. Now for number 3, lane filtering. And a quick note to the keyboard warriors, lane filtering is legal here in Japan. Lane filtering is under 30 kilometers an hour or 20 miles per hour and is not lane splitting like you see some of those people in California doing. But as far as the most convenient for lane filtering, I will again have to give 2 points to bar end mirrors in the down position. The reason is, it's almost definitely below the car mirrors that you're passing every time. And as long as your mirrors are pointed inward, your hand is the widest point on the bike. So if your hand fits, everything fits, which makes it a very easy reference for you riding through tight maneuvers. So there's 2 points. Next is bar end mirrors in the up position. It's not much wider than the down position, but if you notice on the down position, because of the way your handlebars bend, it does pull the mirrors back a little bit, so they do tuck in. Whereas now they go out just a little bit, but it's still below most car mirrors, and it's not much wider than your hand, so it's not too much of a hassle through tight lane filtering. And if for some reason you have to check what's behind you, be it a cop or a scooter that's in a bigger hurry, it's easy to check, so there's 1 point. And finally, we have stock. Stock on every bike I have ever owned, especially this one, is going to be usually parallel with car mirrors, meaning you can't get in as tight of a space, and it is going to stick out further than your hand. So as a point of reference, it will be more challenging to maneuver with stock mirrors. And so we give it 0 points for filtering. Category number 4 is the effect on the controls. For this, I'm talking about the controls on the handlebars, which for some of you may think this is a meaningless category. None of them affect the controls, but in my experience that's not completely true. So for first place and 2 points, we're giving it to the stock mirrors, which are so high and far away they are completely out of the way of your hands to use any control. You never bump them, you never have an issue with them. Next, I'll give credit to the down position of bar end mirrors. Now, it only gets 1 point because if you don't get it just right, you do end up touching it a little bit with your fingers from time to time, or having trouble fitting or twisting the throttle, but you can get it to a point where it's that happy compromise with everything, and be out of the way. One thing to note, however, when you are installing them, is if you have a fairing like my bike does, you have to check that the bar end mirror does not hit the fairing when the steering is in full lock. and also that it doesn't hit the tank when the steering is in full lock. Some bikes this is not an issue, but if you have a wide gas tank or a fairing, this is another reason that this can't get first place. Finally, and it does vary which bar end mirror you have, if it has a taller stock, but in the up position I'm giving it 0 points in last place because I've not found a way to make it 100% that you won't touch it at least a little with your hand. It's not obstructive, it's not dangerous, it's not really that noticeable at all, but it is the worst of the three. Now to our fifth category, style. Now, many of you will agree that style is subjective, except no, it's not at all. This is my channel, I'm right, you don't know what you're talking about, you're watching my video, so I'm the king of style. Obviously, because I'm in my late 20s riding a touring bike obsessed with cruise control. Hashtag high fashion. Bar end mirrors in the down position get 2 points because they just look mean. They look really aggressive, really mean, really cool. Bar end in the up position fit this bike pretty good and fit most bikes pretty good without too much compromise, so being practical and clean looking, they get 1 point. And stock is stock. I mean, isn't that the worst word in the entire motorcycling dictionary? Stock is never the right answer. 0 points. I look forward to your comments. So now for part 6, where we tally up the winners. It seems that bars in the down position have gotten 7 points. Bars in the stock position got 4 points, and bar end mirrors in the up position got 3 points. And because this was a perfect scientific test with no possible faults and not missing anything like bar end outward mirrors or anything, there's no categories left, this was obviously a perfect test and bar end mirrors in the down position win. But here's a bonus, the correct answer. Which one do you like? Motorcycling is incredibly personal. So how much safety are you willing to forfeit for style? I personally will stick with bar end mirrors in the upward position. It's still cool, still good for lane filtering, and still safe and easy to use. My wife, however, on her SV650 likes her stock mirrors. She likes the look, the ease of use, the safe feeling. And the SV is already a very thin bike for filtering. Any thinner and you might run the risk of bumping your elbow on car mirrors. As for her boss, who rides an Indian Scout, he doesn't lane filter, and Indians are the king of cool. So down position it is, because cool is everything, nothing else matters. So what is the moral of this story? Compromise is important, be it motorcycle mirrors, politics, diet, or friendship. If you don't have any room for compromise, then you'll have no mirrors at all, and still compromising either your life expectancy or your license to a police officer. But now you've chosen to give all the power to strangers. Thanks for watching this video. I have plenty of other playlists that you can check out if you're interested in bikes, my life in Japan, or any of my other shenanigans. But till next time,